It's sideways again. No, you never know. Okay. If a drop of ink fell, the tochos inside the letter, the inner nikarazos, and the letter is no longer recognizable. Ain't there's no way to fix it. The guard to erase to erase the ink. And through this it will be recognizable the letter. To have it called tochos, because that would be like removing. That would be like hollowing out the inside. So let's say you had a block of wood, right? And you wanted to make it tough out of it. So what you would do is you chip off all the parts which aren't the letter. So do here when you take out the ink, you're not writing the parts which are the letter, you're removing the parts which aren't. So it's called chak toha, chiseling out from the inside. Impossible not be possible. Mishum the me'inin mekasem, because when you write, you should write it below the chak and not to chisel it and take out the parts that aren't it. Same thing would be if you made a mistake because of dallas b'malkam reish, and you made a dallas instead of a reish, or beis b'malkam chaf, or a beis instead of a chaf. So those letters are really the same as the next letters, only there's like a little bit, like a dot has an extra little bit, and then go back. Ain't that on the tag? There's no to fixing. It wouldn't be a fix to remove the little crown or whatever, the thing on the bottom by the chaf and by the dal by the top. Os, Mizaka knows to fix the letter. Mishum Davik Kakaktoka, because that would be again like chiseling out the bad parts. We want you to write the good parts, not chisel out the bad parts. Okay. And dio, ink, wood, and so obviously we have some kind of achor, different type of color. Imaideza nishtano, through us also through this the change of the form of the letter. I will not of shava, but a drop of ink. Drop of wax. Alos in the letter. After even though it covers the letter, it's not recognizable now. Apple pecan still mutzal gets mutzal to remove it. This is from the Magen Avraham. The shava ain mevatel ksav, because the wax doesn't destroy the ksav. Doesn't mevatel ksav under it. I think because it's still there, you can't see it. Until ben shenagam be'atipa begufos, whether the drop has touched the main part of the letter, or low or not, it doesn't matter as long as you can't see it right now. V'ladin im nafla hatip al kavi haos, kavios, or similar if a drop fell on the sticks of the os or the lines of the os of the letter, mamish themselves. When it's pashid atipa and the drop is spread gamma all to the outside, the to the outside. Angel nicker haos bisvunasalite. It's not recognizable the letter in its form as this. I'm fighting with my tablet today. Bein nikers it's not recognizable. Bein shal yideza nishtana tmanasa, whether through this it changes the form of the os the acheres to a different one. And going shenafla tipa l'tochal beis. For example, a drop fell inside the airspace of the beis. Meniras kepay, now it looks like a pay. Oh she avda tmunasa, or it just lost its whole form at all. The ancient Shema doesn't have its name at all. This is from the Magen Avraham. Huadin v'sharos, the same thing will be with other letters. Vafilu ima idea tipa nechza rak kotza shal yod, even if through the drop is lacking the end of the yud. This is from the Magen Avraham b'shem ha-redach. Bein yamin ve'osmo, whether the left or the right of this yod would still be a problem. This is from the Pri Megadim. Impossible. The im is topic, but ha'os, if you said something about the letters, im tiraso love, if its form is on it or low, Mar Latina to the low chacham latipish, then you should show it to a kid who is not smart or not too stupid. That he'll be able to recognize the letter. He knows his reading basically. This is from the Achronim Bevan Ezer. Knows his reading but doesn't know knows his letter but doesn't really know so much about Hebrew or whatever. Ligor, to erase it, even if he knows, even to pass over the quill upon that letter, alos over the letter, after you've chiseled out the inside, so even if after you've chiseled out, you're like, okay, I'll write over it and then I'll do it again. This doesn't help according to the Muslim because it's going to be Shalok Seder. Even if the drop is very wet, this is from the Taz. Adayin va'os kavayin is yavish, the letter is already dried up. Lo amridan shehi kekisa, we don't say that it's just like a covering, but alma alos on the letter. Kivan she'al gompanim nifsal tziros os, since at the very least it's destroyed the form of the letter, kodem atikim, before being fixed. Okay. It's from the Pri Megadim. Chiseling out the inside. Pirush, then he cuts out the inside of the letter. Ooh, to be line around it. And automatically remains which is not erased, but there is also in the form of the letter. Okay. This is from the Pri Megadim. No, the last thing was from the Pri Megadim. This is from the Taz. Okay. V'lochakak, he didn't, and v'lochakak. Oh, that's part of the passage drasha. And it shouldn't erase. It has to be writing and not erasing. This is also called chiseling. Kivan she'eno. Osa ma'isa b'gof os. He's not doing something with the main part of the letter. Ela yigrar gamkein getzas be'os. He's cutting a little bit of the letter. A little much. Review it sometimes. Osa ma'isa b'gof. Ela yigrar. Rather, what he's doing is he's chiseling out. What he should do is yigrar getzas me'os, a little gamke me'os. Yes, you should erase a little bit also from the letter. Until it doesn't even have its form on it. And afterwards he should fix it. This is from the Misif Hirchas. Okay. If he didn't write it still after this letter. That if not so, and let's say he did write after this letter, but possible with tefillin and mezuzahs, it's going to be possible by tefillin and mezuzahs to be considered you need them in order. The Shulchan Aruch, all this din of the Shulchan Aruch, machlas sha'os eno nikram in his, the letter is not recognizable when his patol yidei zaksivas harishon, the first writing is now destroyed. Avol im lo nishtana hatzuras, but if the letter hasn't changed its form, even through the drip, you can remove able to erase the drop of ink. And there's no difference if it fell inside the airspace of the letter. Or even on the letter itself also. And the thick in the roof of the letter. This from the Olas Tamad and the Kodesh and Ebenezer Simon Kafkafei and the Prima Donna and the Yeshua Abram. He writes Gamkain the Yeshua Nachmir these are souls and a Machmir about this. The Agasham of like the Aga over there. Lo Shaykh Kat Lakan. That's not applicable over here. You should be machmir because the Aga there isn't applicable here. Alright, so we'll talk about, okay. And there's Os, Ogam Hayerch Alideza, or even if also the side is taken through this is Pashut. This is not considered Ksav, okay, so it's not considered writing on top of writing, but I'm okay. Still, even with this, you're able to fix it. The woman is not called cutting onto the inside of it. Since the letter is still recognizable what it is. And really midin, you wouldn't even need to fix it with that, and like this, because it's still fixed. But it's just better that you should fix it. You can never be able to do this fix even by tefillin and mezuzah, to be considering that you need them in order. I'm very look at the berura. But now you should know further the Shlomo even if the drop fell even after you finished the letter. For sure, if it fell before finishing the letter, kedin properly. And he finishes the first part of the letter and it's not recognizable still. There was that with this, everyone agrees that you can't. There's no fix by erasing the drop. From what's this? Ayin. Okay. It's from Afilu Asmak, even the Smak of the Moshe Kos of Beis Yosef as the Beis Yosef. Okay. The Hari Lo Hayol of Me'olam Shemos because never had on it the form of the name of the letter. Rak Atal Yidei Gerura, just now through this erasing that's going to have it. The Habi Chakto, because that's for sure chiseling out the inside and a problem mamish. Imgar, however, if he gar mitzlilas atipa from the starting of the drop, verotzel atel ligmor haos. Now he wants to finish the letter. Now with this there is, so the start of the letter it had a drop. He erased some of it, and now he wants to finish off what past the part that he erased. With this there's opinions in the Mahani. There are das over the Lamahani. The das is holding this is no good. The Sirle he holds Kivan the Shanafla Tipa I'll mix this up since the drop fell on some of the letter and the spot Shem Kusiva it's destroyed from it the name of writing. Bahavik is Kika Ba'alma, it's just like chiseling in general. Mahani Afim Yugmar, oh, so what does it help even if you finish the letter all you did Kusiva through writing? It's that part wasn't writing. Bakol Shikain Im Nafla al Klafim for sure fell on top of parchment, Tipa Andayo, a drop of ink mamish, Benasa Kamin Khatios, and it made like a half a letter. The Lo Shari La Hashtam Ho said it wouldn't be permitted to finish the letter, I did Kusiva through writing, because that part for sure wasn't, it just happened. The Beis Yosef Arma, the Beis Yosef never Arma, and the Ebenezer and B'Masimin Kaf Face of Dal Makilin, I feel was that or make even in this case. Then with this dinner the later one where it fell. For some of the Lomikri Klaktos they told that it's not called chiseling out the inside. Elikishigomer Haos Aide Kika. It's only when you finish the letter through chiseling. Achachona Metzadim Lahachmer. However, that's one of them deciding to be machmer about this. This is from the Prima Gadam and the Yeshua Avram in the name of the Taz and Ebenezer and in the Goner Kiveger in its Kedushim. The O Sharafonim for the Anafonim of Piskei Tshuva and the Piskei Tshuva Achein Ebenezer Simon in Piskei Tshuva and Ebenezer Simon Kaf Kafei Sifdal. Imlo Shemoshe Chatiba Adai unless he drags the drop of ink Alecha, which is wet, and Mazuza, Maziza, Mimakoma, Imakom, Lamakom, and he moves it from place to place. At Osa, Mimanu, Osha, until he makes from it a full letter. Does that have a Gesiva? This would be considered a writing. This is from the Taz, and Evan Ezer, Mukach, Bo Kaprin, Magana, Siv, like Kaprin, Magana. Oh no, that's not good. Back. Just a second. Okay. In enough life it fell. The Mechol Davar Shekasav B'Shulchan Aruch, anything which is written in the Shulchan Aruch, the Lo Mahani Griver, that doesn't help by just erasing it alone. Machmas Pasul Chakot Tochos, because of the Pasul, the idea of Tochos, choosing out the inside. Muchok Mistimus Aposkim, it's proven from the, I guess the Aposkim don't say anything. There's no difference if it would be done at the time of writing, or after the people, or after writing. It would always be a problem. Which is not true about the psul about not being surrounded by parchment. Tell you b'shnei tirutzim b'sheb beis Yosef. That's based on the two tirutzim ben Yosef. Dibra maskol v'im tomer. Heichel machshirinen. How do we master that? Dibra maskol. Moshe Pasuk Shulchan Aruch v'sif Tazayin is like the Shulchan Aruch says in Tazayin. B'chein Yisrael b'Prima Gadim is similar to the Prima Gadim Hayatik L'Kamen Simon v'sif Chafei v'ayim b'Sefer Get Pashat Simon Chafei. Look there. Okay, this thing of Chaftochos applies before or after Ksiva. Tibas Dio, drop of ink. I am Mishnah Berura. Look at the Mishnah Berura. V'sif Katan Samachal. And look at Sif Katan Al Talcham. Dozer Lashon Sider. This is the language of the Seder Derech HaChaim. Medina creation, a Torah, and the laws of creation of the Torah, Din Lametei. Not of Shava al Os, if a piece of wax has fallen on a letter, Bechol, and during the weekday, yes, you should just remove it. And Antifa, he al Osios Mishem She'im Nuchakam, and if the drop was on one of the letters of Hashem, which cannot be erased. After Chol Aser, even in the weekday, you can't just erase it. Shar Yesh Lacho Sheyizkalef Ketzas Machos Meha Ozimo, because there's to be concerned that maybe a little bit of the letter will be erased with it. Ketzid Yasas, so what should you do? Yer the Chamem Hatev, you should heat it very well. Hagavil, the parchment, maybe chutz from the outside. Neged Ha'os, Egan Makam Natifo, opposite the place of the drop. Yosef Hashava Yosef Hashava, and through this it'll be very easy to remove the wax. Won't be anything attached from the writing at all. This is from the Shar Yafam and the Shar Hey Din Zayin. If on Shabbos, Im Nira La Os Mitocha, you can see the letter on the inside. V'yachol L'Krospo. V'yachol L'Kros Kach, and you're able to read it that way. Kosher will be kosher. Ach Im Hu Mechusa She'enu Nira Mitocha Shabbat. What if it's covered? Then it can't be concealed. You're thinking, where am I reading? And you'd be right, because this is the wrong page. But I'm reading from the book. Okay. You weren't on the place. And if on Shabbos, Im Nira Os Mitocha, you can see the letter inside. Yachol L'Kros Kach, you can read it, that's why kosher. So if on Shabbos, you can see the letter from inside of it, and you're able to read it, that's fine. But if it's covered and you can't see it within the wax, you find this between people from Leah 1 to Leah 2, whatever. Kimich ain't likro is spelled past. Since there isn't to read, you can't read it by you don't. There's no way to. You're not allowed to read it by heart. Ma'ash mechasim v'shavu, which is covered with wax. Vein korim lechamush bechomashim mipnei kol receiver, and you can't read with a chumash from a chumash because of cover receiver. V'leka pagama shall sefer, and there's no pagama in the sefer. The trey gavri betray sifra la pagamhu. When you have two people and two books, it's not called a pagam, and we're not concerned that maybe you'll think the book is bad. Yesh lo there is to bring another one when we get to this next leaf. If it's found in the middle of the reading, there is to read the covered part, just read it by heart. And afterwards you should finish with it, finish the number with it, the number of readers. Even the kavar kara mashra since you've already read the part which is covered with wax. Mutu the cross the halam the sefer Torah zeh. Mutu to read onward from this, even with the sefer. The impossible zeh mashra b'shabbat. It's not really possible to say Torah which has been covered with wax. I've come to show until is the end of his language. It's just right now you can't see it. So if you have to read it and you can't take another one, you can do it. But I'm the sefer shari. Prime look at the sefer prime now. The chudusha b'kiveger. I'm the simon zen. The chudusha b'kiveger and the simon. Because the Lord Shaman says further there, Hagonim b'kiveger to Uman Yisrael Hamasakin Siddur Habali. That a professional Yisrael who is fictioning a siddur which has been destroyed, and he has to endeavor, and he has to put down paper to attach it with glue, on the good place, okay, on the good place. And then he's hitting one of the names, the holy names, which can't get erased. There is, but there's a concern of the issur of erasing of Hashem's name. The kalfo, it's impossible to fold it. That it should be, the entire letter should stay around. The gor yosim mishav, it's worse than ink, than wax. Aincham, look over there. Sharaf was very lengthy about this, and Mafik and concludes the Yasa Uman Kaf is what the Uman should do. Yeniach Nair al kol shem v'shem Nair b'lidavak. You should put a piece of paper on every single name, a piece of paper without any attachment, without any ink, without any glue. Or you yidvak ma'at v'shav, or you should attach a little bit with wax to the paper, I guess. The below have a mechika canal that wouldn't be considered erasing, as we said earlier. Imad the awesome b'shabbos gaviro, and this gaviro shav, and this then is awesome on Shabbos to erase the wax mial and sefer on top of the sefer Torah hu mitam acher. No, sefer Torah that's hu mitam acher and Shabbos for a different reason. Look over there. And afterwards you should attach the paper. The nair sheni mudbak al nair. It should be the second paper should be attached on the first one. Shemunach on Hashem, which is on Hashem's name. This isn't going to be considered erasing. And if you erase the second paper, the first one will be complete. But in any case, it's not recognizable. I'm Mishnah Bro. Look at the Mishnah Bro. Cotton Samach Zayin. Indian Imnaful Al Kavi Osif fell on the lines of the letter. Mamish Vinikaros, and the letter is still recognizable. Because Sam Sham the Hakim was that we said wrote over there to be makel about this. After the Pri Magadim of Mishra Zav, even though the priest Magadim of Mishra Zav the Sif Katan Mem Tez Vav, it's not as a Hachmer, but Zahis has decided to be machmer about this. Mitam Kasav Al Gav because of the reason of writing on top of writing. And then if the ink fell on top of the writing on top of it, Imlav should be east in the filas a tipa kavarnis yabish os. If not, that from the time of the dropping of the ink, then it's already dried up the letter. And shall look over there. They've already asked on this idea that it's called writing on top of writing for many questions. I'm physically chubin. Look at the physically chubin. Evan Ezra say to Gittin. Even though it answers there a little bit, aside from the fact that that's over there is doche gadol in the hachmir, you shouldn't be machmir. So this about this. Most poskim would be makel even if you wrote ksav agav ksav mamish. Really, even if you consider the strip mamish ksav agav ksav, there are poskim hold that's okay too. Okay. The culture can be there for sure, but this atiba, this drop, the dye of ink which shenaflu mi atzma will fill on its own. Shein shach shem kasav. It's not really shach to name writing on it. It's just random. The audio was there further with this, and it's a different way of doing this. I feel even if it would be really writing on top of writing mamish. The sheni haya shalom lishma. The second one wasn't be lishma. The yavir od kolmos alav. Just go past the quill on top of it again. Lishma be lishma, umimanav shach lahani, and then umimanav shach is going to work. Lo mikri shaloka sidron l'chora, and it shouldn't be called the shaloka sidron. Apparently, me'achar the me'es kasiva, since the time of the writing, Harishon, the first writing to Rusalav, it had its form on it because it had its form. It is the letter. It still is the letter, but even before, after, and when you rewrite it again. So in the Magen Avraham. So if you go by the first one, the first one's Lishma. Okay, the second one dropping. So even if you want to consider the second dropping, not writing, you want to consider yes, writing on top of writing, and then that wasn't Lishma. So now, but still, it should be a case where it's possible, but it has its form on it, and then you can still fix those by passing the quill over it. Just make sure it's Lishma. And through this is going to be recognizable through erasing. I mentioned look at the Mishnah Masha Kasavna Medina feel tikkun laboy, and it's fixing, even fixing you don't need. If the drop fell on the outside lows of the letter, very close to the letter at the time of writing, even if the letter is still recognizable and doesn't touch through this, it's another letter. From the law, you have to erase the drop in the place of the touching, ba'os in the letter. Even without this, it's not going to be considered. The letter's not going to be considered surrounded by parchment. We know the Behuda Sim is Mash. This is what the Mash on the Mother Behuda Sim. Ayin Hey, Ayin Sham. I guess it's on the inside and it's touching the letter and it's not surrounded by parchment. I don't know the case so much. I think it's got to be not surrounded by parchment. I think the problem is multiple. But if it's just like on the outside, really on the outside of the letter, not getting in there, then I don't know. Possibly because you need a kasuf. I'm a sefer base mayor. Look at the book of the base mayor. I'll have an Ezer Simen Kaf Cafe on the other end of Ezer Simen Kaf Cafe. The Masik was there, the Shitas Rajma, that he strengthens with this opinion of the Rabbi, the Rajma, the spirit like the Embazam Misham Chaktopos, that he holds it to by the Chaktopos, holds them at Tchilan Nasos Oidik Siva, since originally the letter was made through writing. B'chein B'tah, the Kasav Dal b'makom reish. Similarly, if he made a mistake and he wrote a dal instead of a reish, ve'im b'zer rak mishum less of the chaktokos. It's only It's only by this because of like the alef of chaktochus. Midrabana, it's only by the Rabbana, it's not a full thing. Because really you did write the letter to write it. Aber mehr gönner wie Kiveger, können wir Kiveger in Kedusha, wenn es Kedusha in Polkolik, also ja, gemis ein Scham, wenn wir auch wie am Shlomo get in Tafkaf, do with the race. And the Am Shlomo Tafkaf also says that it's the race. So. It could be the Rabban and the race, but the Mesa. Okay, quiet, bro. The thing is, right now it's just going to be possible. What's the doubt when he's saying Kivek is not agreeing with this, to hold us the right to? Okay. Because of the Dallas proclamation, he wrote a Dallas instead of a Reish. Who had in him Nasa Dalad Achas Shenigmar Kasivas Reish. Similarly, if he finished the Dalad after it became a Dalad after being writing a Reish. Gamkin in the Hashir B'Chakigo is still in the Tamach through erasing, through chiseling out the bad part. The Fimash is the Pasuk of Machaber being a Tipa style, according to what asking in regards to dropping of ink. To be any Devikas os in regards to attaching one letter to the next. Even after the letter has been finished, the locus makanam and kismak. Afterwards, I found the Kedusha behavior who's made about this, like awakens about this and says, yeah, if it's turned into a race, you can't just erase it and make it back. It turns into a dalid from a race, you can't just erase it and make it back into a dalid. Okay, moving on. Yes, okay. Makes sense. Let's say you have a mem basucha, a mem which is open, shenidbas b'sicha, so that it's attached with its opening, and nistaman and became all closed up. Ein wal lagar hadabak, it doesn't help to remove the attachment, ulapascha, and then to open the mem. You shouldn't have any concept of that's like chiseling out the inside. What's the fix? Sheyigur colon achartum. You should erase all the entire like nose of it. The Tisha consumers nonin kafuf. I know just remain the nun part, which is that like that extra part on the end, which looks a little interesting. And afterwards you should write what you're going to write. You got to erase it until it's no longer a letter, and then write until it is. Okay. Yeah, where are we here? It's all fixing. Pirish al yedei must go through erasing. Can't just erase. But most of the host style is like although, but you can add ink and make it red. So this is talking about the erase which is going to be a dollar. The same on top because of erase from Malcolm Dalit. And similarly, if you made a mistake and you wrote erase instead of a dollar, not erase turning into a dollar, but erase instead of a dollar. The chaf be Malcolm Beis, when you made a chaf instead of a Beis, have a osus oven. Vali osus oven. There were thick letters. Ain't the kind of Shigurena v'yamidenu k'mismanas. There's no fixing that you should erase it and have them stand like as the proper form. Dallas a base and dallas and a base. Abel mutter l'hosif aleihem dar, but it's mutter to stand to add on them ink. Okay. Sharet Zion says a feeble smack, even the smack. No, that's the wrong one. Just from the Taz and Prima Godim. Yep. Plus also Mismunas Dallas with the base, you can make them into the form of Dalad and base. Chainim Taw because of B'Malkum Zion Tessin. Sorry, no, in the place similarly if you made a mistake and instead of writing a Zion you would have known. Ashuta. He made a straight one. Ain't the Kana Sheyagurena The Yemageno al Zion. There's no fixing the roof and then just make it stand on the Zion. Does it have the Kakto? Because it's like removing the inside. Mamish. Ela Tzarech Lemchok Legami, rather, what you have to do is completely erase it. V'cheinim Ta because of Hey Makom Dalet. It's similar if you made a mistake and you wrote a Hey instead of a Dalet. So now there's an extra part. The Dalet possible for the thing to the leg of the Hey. In the Prima Garden, Eshel Avram, and the Mishna Zog, Simon, Mem Zion, Tukatan, Good Zion. So there's Ein Takana, Ligor Haregel Al Shel Hey, no fixing it, will just erase the split of the Hey. The Yishar Dalet, and it will be remain into a Dalet. The Doma L'Samach Beis, it's similar to the case of L'Samach Beis, and Nafal Tipa Dayo, Sham, that a drop of ink fell there, then it's calculated to Manasseh, and then it's destroyed its form. All your days after this drop, the Lomahani Gariras, a tipa that doesn't help to erase the drop. Mishum the Enos and Mice of the Gufahos, because you're not doing something with an action with the main part of the letter. The same thing is here, it's also the same kind of thing. And where you have to erase also a little bit of the roof, until it remains similar to a vav. So meaning, now you can finish it off and make it into a dalet. Oligro hayerach ad shelo yishar turas dalas alav. Or you can just erase the right side, the other side leg, until it doesn't have the form of a dalet on it. Anyway, just make it not a dalet, however you do it. And afterwards you fix it. Call the middle. So the main point of the call on the matter. This is from the. I missed pay. Where's pay? Okay, so this is pay is from the one before, from destroying the other leg. Pirish Kula, you have to completely take off the leg. Yilav Hachad, that if you don't completely take off the other leg, Shem Dalad Alav, it still has the name of Dalad. The canal, this Sef Tazvav, it says Tazvav in the pre Meganim Veshal Ram, Bedini Turas Osios, and Din of the forming letters, the Sim and Lam Beis Os Dalad. This is from the pre Meganim, this called him also. Called him also, the main point of the matter is, Gorla Mahani, erasing doesn't help the Yos Kasiva to be considered writing the Kach with this. When Mikri Klaf to close, that's going to be called erasing the inside. Avul Kosiv Mahani, but writing helps. Shem is Ave Ha'os, so you make the Os Dalad Resh, so you make it thicker, the letter, the Dalad into becoming a Resh, or Resh to Dalad, or you thicken a Resh to become a Dalad. Shakosiv Atago, you write the crown or whatever, the edge of it. Considering the napachu, in regards to not being in order, it's the other way. Gor kosher, if you just were fixing with erasing, that would be kosher. If you go in the dibuk for os, los, for example, if one letter is attached to another one, or lakamas like on, zelo mikri maisa beguf os, because that's not called doing something with the main part of the letter. Because it's possible, but if you're writing, it would be possible. Mashi hitarnu lohosiv dai lahamid ala tminaso. This that we allowed you to add ink and make it standard on its proper form. This is only when you didn't write the letters afterwards, which are after it. This is from the Taz. Okay. Limchok hatag, to erase the extra part. Even if afterwards you make you lengthen the roof of it. The Taf Yosef and the bottom of it. Shal Chaf of the Chaf. Lomahai doesn't help. The Balam Chaf is still without the formers on it. So you want to make it a little longer or whatever, but that's not called. It was good before. So when it was still the letter before you added it, so it's still no good. This is from the Prima Garden Sifa Simon Naman Beis on Beis. Okay. I did back, so they've been attached. The mem has been attached together. V'him posek bezeh. V'him posek bezeh nagia. Let me just pretend I'm reading the whole thing from that size. V'him posek bezeh nagia, and if it's possible, just with this touching daka, very thin, kachodasar, like the thin of it, like this thickness of a hair. I am mashik the kamala in hey look we wrote later on in the regards to the hey. I am berura the berura. This dama it has been closed up. V'havik mem sasum it's like a closed mem. Shemakomu rak besof teva daka kachodasara. That its place is only at the end of the letter. One second. Very thin, like the thickness of a hair. Okay. Oh no, sorry, I read the wrong part. I'm skipping lines here. That the place of the mem sophis the closed mem is only at the end of the letter. Below mem is not in the middle of it, and therefore you're putting a sophis in the middle of a word. And similarly from all the letters of the natzbach, which are hakafulim, which are doubled, the alef base, in the alef base you have the normal one and the middle one and the one at the end. You write the first ones at the beginning of the word, vemtsis or in the middle of it, and when the later ones, the sophisim goes at the end of the word. And if you change them, it will be possible. So this being attached makes it look like it's a sophis. This is from the Masechah Sofrim and the Beragra. Ula Pascha, and you want to open it. Then im shar osios, for example, similarly other letters is calculatum also be'es ksiva, which is destroy their form at the time of writing. Or afterward, and then through erasing you're going to stand them on the regular form. Could go and dalaj himshech, for example, a dalaj himshech raglo doma lechaf. So and for example, a dal which is you lengthen the dal and you made it into a chaf sofis pshuta. And all stuff like this. Ain't more lehen greer. It doesn't help for them to erase it. Kiven she'enu osa ma'isa beguf os since it doesn't do an. He's doing an action by just by the part of the letter which is remaining. He's just erasing the extra parts. Eliyim kol regular. What you should do is you should erase the whole foot of it. We canal basif katan samaches as it says earlier in samaches. And afterwards you should fix it. Wooden the mahani bezeh im himshich gago shel haos l'rechavo achenira l'chol shuhu dalet. And same thing would be if you lengthen the letter you mean it wider until it appears to everyone like the chaf, like a dalet properly. So you had a chaf, but it could be a really big dalet if you make the top a lot bigger and make it like sort of equal to how long you made the leg. Aval el, but earlier because of hey, when you wrote in a hey b'makom dalet in place of a dalet, the kasav nisham etzarach gam kein l'simachok, but we said over there you have to also erase regel ha dalet, the foot of the dalet first, ogago or the top of it. Mulavad regel hay, aside from the foot of the hay part, the hanging hay thing. Lo mahani ma'itzazu, it doesn't help this idea to hamshacha dalet, lengthening the foot of the roof of the dalet. Let's say hey, this is from the Prima Garden Semen Lamed Beis and the Yeshal Avram Medini Tzur Associates in regards to the laws of forming the letter. The Havika Balav Hachi Tzurasalam, because without this it had its form with it. The Kachlo Mikri Zesham Tikkun, and therefore this isn't called any fixing because it was already a dalet. You want to make it into a longer dalet, it doesn't help. But here, with the chaf, it's a chaf, it's not a dalet. So if you lengthen it and turn it into a dalet, that's called doing something. The chok like erasing the inside. The megufa os ein os is shemaisa. With the main part of the letter, you're not doing any action. El no gorer astima. You were just removing the closing. And similarly, think it would be if you made a mistake because of hey b'makom bei zayin in the place of two zayins you made a hey. Sorry, ches in the place of two zayins. This is from the Magen Avram and Sivkat and Chaf. No. This is from the Pri Megadim and the Eish of Avram and the Mishnah Zav in the name of the Beis Shmuel. Sivkat and Chaf. Ein wall legror hagag. It doesn't help to erase the top of the roof of the two classes levad mehach timer for the same reason. El tzarich legrorim ad shivatim mitzvona. So you have to erase them until it destroys them from their form. V'cheinim im tav asad chaf b'shuta l'mala ke'ein dalas. And similarly, if you made a mistake and you made a straight Sophia's chaf up above, you made it like a dalad, very messed up like that. Shelafidas harbim in a poskim according to the many of the poskim. Oh, sorry. Yeah. He pursued it as possible commercial for the converse in the Namachas, later on in the Namachas. Gamkin in wall Ligara target also doesn't help to erase the extra crown thing, but that's also a good one to make it round. To have a Gechak Tokos, because that's like erasing the inside. Pei Zayin, this is from the Magen Avram and Sivkat Chaf Vav. El Yosef ala Yedayo, whether you should do it, should add on an ink, Vyasa Gula, make it round. When you're the Loma Akif Shalok Yisidron, it appears doesn't help to, doesn't hurt the problem of Shalok Yisidron in regards to this fixing. So what you did is you added a little bit. So you can't just erase it. You have to add more ink around it. And he's saying it's not a problem of Shalok Yisidron with this fixing, the Mishnah Berura. The B'lav Hachitziros Salah, because without this, it still has its form on it. Wow. It's from the Magen Avram in Sivkat and Vav. What's the takana? Kol shekos b'sif zeh. Everything which is wrote in this sif sheyesh takana, there is a fix to it. Hainu kodem shekos of os she'achon. That's all talking when you didn't write the next letter, which is after it. Dilav halchin, that without this it's possible to fill in mezuzahs. It'll be possible by filling in mezuzahs to be in gesidim that you need by them that should be in order. Dafka. The vad mehechad shenavar behedya. The loma akiv is a consider, except in the case when it's clear, the favors that it doesn't ma'akiv by this when it's considered. Kitsuras nun kafufa, like the form of a nun which is bent. Ki kasivas amem besuchahi b'shtei kasivas, because the opening of the mem. Because the writing of the mem which is open is like two words, like two writings. The hainu betlila kosvin kamo nun, because that is originally right like a nun. You start with a nun, which is bent. V'achakach tolin betzida kamo vav, and afterwards you hang on the side of it something similar to a vav, which is upside down, which is like rotated. V'imkein nifso kol shenasa habasulbo, anyone who does anything which is whatever is made the apostle in it. The hainu havav should tzarach legror kula. You have to, which is the vav. You have to erase the whole part of that vav, which is possible. Aval hanun shenichta behechsha, but the nun which is wrote properly ain't tzarach legror. You don't have to erase that. V'hu adin v'cholos shenichta b'shtei tevos. And similarly, any letter which is wrote in two writings can go nun kiyotzav, for example. Sorry, if you go on a gimel and stuff like that. V'nasa possible k'siva achas, and it became possible in one of the writings. Ain't tzarach legror rak osa. You just have to erase that one part of the letter. So if there's two writing parts to it, you just erase one part of it. Part that's bad. It's from the Taz. Ulafuki bereish she'asa kamin dalad, and excluding the case of reish which is made like a dalad, the bepam achas nechtav akol b'fsul, and in one shot the whole thing has been made with apostle. Tzarach akol ligor, you have to erase the whole thing. Okay. Mem b'suchan shenidbaki, you have an open mem which became attached. I'm a Mishnah Berura. Look at the Mishnah Berura. Shekaz bedin nidbak kodasar, in regards to being attached like the hair's breadth. The tali bedin hay, it's tali in the din of hay. B'yoser nira then yes, Daitin appears more according to my humble opinion. Lomer, da filu hamakil, and even the people are mako bedin hey, kimavor beis Yosef as a clean beis Yosef the kam besim lamed vav. Boldem is that I'm boldem about that this case would be no, this mem case would be a problem. The Hari al kopanim at the very least mem sasamu. It's still a mem. It's still a closed mem. Okay. Malima stima daka wava. What's the difference if it's thin or very big? So this is worse than the hay case. Visham rayasam, and over there's the proof to mid the Amar Hagamar from the fact that the Gemara says chazina l'safrei the dukne the total lakari the hay. We see the sofrim of the dukne that they hang the foot of the hay. Mashma dehu rak mitzvah alma. It's implying over there that's only mitzvah alma. Ava ezu timunas hay. Etzim timunas hay, but the main form of the hay ain't sarach l'tlos hakar. You don't really need to hang the foot of the leg. So that would be the reason why hay would be different. Hay, you don't really have to hang it, so who cares? But they really do, so therefore it's just like a mitzvah to get rid of it and have it hanging. But here the mem looks like a mem sofis. Fa'aful pike, and still lo dami lachas. It's still not similar to a ches. Kamosha kasav agras. The glass is lakam v'veir in his explanation, so it doesn't look like a ches. O kamosha kasav arajbor, like the Rajbor says, hadin vak mechadish, which is mitzvahs mechadish, which is we have a new print of the Rajbor. Kol amenachos ayin sham. Masha ein came by mem, which is not true by a mem. The inlan u shum raya with no proofs. The kar mem pachsucha make an open men. Ayidesha steam because the steam is very thin, it's still going to be a closed mem. When the stomach got closed up, I'm the Taz, look at the Taz, Evan Ezer, Simon, Kaf, Hey, Sif, Zion, Shakasu, which writes, Dafka shenistam hamem acha shenigma. It's only when the mem gets closed up after it's been finished. Abul im sasam hamem kodem hagmar. But if you close the mem before being finished, Bezeh yachol igvar sasam, with this you could erase the closed part. Kivin shadayin sarach lahosif bertsua, since you still have to add on to the straps hamashupas kamin yud. So if it got closed, then if it just got closed before being finished, then you could erase the closed part. You still have to add the little strip which is bent, slanty, which looks like a yud, meaning that little part of it, of the mem, which goes, yeah. Okay, therefore Yigmor had Tchila Hadavuk. Therefore, what you should first do is just erase the part which is attached. Yigmor, and afterwards finish off that yud at the top, going and slanting out of the mem. Ayin Sham, look over there. V'nir the Lefi Das Haradach, and then appears according to the Radas the Radah Shekasav the Mishnah Berurah, the Radah the Mishnah the verse of Katan Samach Zayin. Gambazay Yishlach. We should also be machmir about this. Okay, Kol Achartim, you have to erase the entire nose of the pay. Nearly partial the daf question nidbak be'ezu kasiva sachartim. It's only when it's been attached at the time of the writing of the nose. The achartim nasa b'psul, then the nose is made possible. Avol im nidbak le'achar kasiva. But if it was attached after being wrote, ein sarach was that you don't need for this dafka gerira sachartim, only specifically erasing the whole nose. Duadin diachal le'grav me'an nun. Same thing would be you could erase from the nun achi as well at. Until it's you destroy the nun from its form of being a letter. And mahani gamkein geriras chatzi achartum. And a bitzarachian, if it helps with this, that he should to be called wrote properly the erasing half of the nose, okay, or V'zeh totally in ba'alma kol achartam who likuva b'mem. This is totally on if the entire nose is me'akiv by the mem. Oh, after the hood rak lechatchila kamosh v'tzarachin. Now maybe it's just lechatchila and it needs tzarachin. Okay, not a paved mem. Sorry, I got confused a bit, but yeah, same idea. $53. Oh my gosh. Still going.